Alright, I'm not even gonna waste any time. Here is the number one thing that they never tell you when you go to college. I don't hear, for real, like deadass, I don't hear anybody talk about this at all. So the number one thing that they never tell you when they go to college is to beware of your advisors. Now, what do I mean by that? So to anyone who's hasn't been to college yet and is looking to go to college, an advisor is basically when you pick a major, you have a person that kind of like helps guide you with your classes, helps guide you basically with your curriculum. That person is called an advisor. What a lot of people don't tell you is that advisors really have a lot of, I don't want to say control, but things that they do can literally affect and kind of change your years within college, kind of affect your future, your life, low key. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, you feel me? Like, there's a difference between a person that has a good advisor and a person that has a bad advisor. And it's like, when you have a bad advisor, it is so bad. Me, I was lucky enough to have a good advisor. I'm not gonna lie, I had probably the best advisor I ever would have gotten. What's it called? What's it called? If you're watching this video, advisor, you know who you are. Shout out to you and stuff. She helped me out so much, and like she would go above and beyond to help all of us within our major and stuff. Like, she's definitely, in my opinion, probably the best advisor in the University of Scranton, in my opinion. I'm not gonna lie and stuff. But I doubt she'll ever see this. But shout out to her though and stuff. But here's the thing though, if you have a bad advisor, it's really bad. So basically, an advisor, like I said, kind of guides you in choosing your classes. In college, when you go to a semester, say it's fall semester and I have to take classes for the spring. In college, there's sometimes, depending on the college you go to, there's some classes where it's like, okay, this class is only for the spring, so it's strictly for the spring. So once you miss that class, like when you're trying to sign up, if you don't get into that class, you have to wait until the next year spring. Say if I'm trying to get a particular class for like spring 2027. If I miss that opportunity in 2027, I have to wait till the next following year, 2028 spring, to take the class, because it's a spring only and stuff. You feel me? So that's why an advisor is important. An advisor kind of guides you. An advisor makes sure that your classes are not, your schedule are not like, conflicting with each other. I might have like a 8 to 9 a.m. physics class, but then, I gotta also take this class as well, which is all the way on the other side of campus, and it's like from 9 to 10. It's immediately right after that. So I don't even know if I can have those right next to each other. Or, like these classes overlap with each other. I have this class from 6 p.m. to 7:40 p.m. But then this other class I was gonna sign up for, what starts at 7 p.m. and shit. Maybe it's a lab or something, 7 to 8. So I can't take these two classes. Stuff like that can happen, which is why you have to make sure that you are scheduling your stuff accordingly. Now, here's the best advice I can give to you. Okay, as someone that has graduated from college, I graduated in 2023 with the Bachelor's of Electrical Engineering and minors in Physics and Mathematics. What you want to do is, because you don't know whether or not you're going to have a good or bad advisor, you need to set a schedule for yourself. Please, y'all, open like a Google document or a Google Sheets, whatever you want, and kind of like make sure that you have all the classes that you need, that you are required to take. Ask your advisor, yo, can I get like they'll always have this, can I get like a paper sheet of like of all my classes that I had to take within these 4 years. If you ask them for it, they should give it to you. I don't think any school's advisors wouldn't be able to give that to you. It should be like a printed paper. What you want to do is, you're going to take the time to look at that paper and kind of basically make list results. So I'm gonna see if I can find mine. I don't even know if I still have. Let me see if I still have the document. I'm gonna see if I can still find mine, so I can like show you guys. I really want to be able to show you guys. Here we go. Yes. Okay. Perfect. Okay, here we go. Sorry, my social's showing. So right here. So this was the classes I took for spring 2021, right? I think this is, what year is this? I started school in 2019 fall, so this is sophomore year? Yeah, I think this is sophomore year in the spring. So, before, like, So what I did was I made sure I set classes for every single semester until I went to senior year, right? So I'm like, okay, in spring my objective is to take circuit analysis EE 241, circuit analysis lab 241L, an ethics class, because in my school you were required to take either ethics or philosophy. A humanity, you were also required to take humanities, linear algebra and digital systems. So these are the classes that I had to take in this semester, so I had to make sure I got into these classes. Luckily, there was rarely any problems with me not getting in classes. The only issues that I ever had was probably getting into a humanity that I wanted to, but I would just replace it with another humanity. But not everyone is very lucky, you feel me? So say, for example, say I couldn't get into this circuit analysis class because it was too full. I was at least able to sign up for these other classes. Now, hold on. Let's take it one step at a time real quick. Let's back up. So I know I'm pretty sure this is every freaking college, all right? You have to basically sign up for your classes like the lottery. Say for your year, for I was a sophomore at this time. Okay, sophomores, they have October 24th to sign up for the classes. So October 24th, say it's a Friday, that's when the sophomores will sign up for the classes, right? And everyone has a time slot. My time slot is 3 p.m. Like, multiple people will probably get like a 3 p.m. time slot. It's like, broken up or whatever. Some people get 3 p.m., some people get 3:15, all that stuff, so that everyone's not on the thing at the same time, you feel me? So everyone gets a time slot, because if everyone was on that joint, they'd probably crash the website. But what's it called? Everyone has a time slot. It's basically like a lottery, and you have to hurry up and sign for your classes. You have to be ready. When your time slot starts, you have to be ready. You have to be sitting at your computer 5 to 10 minutes before the time even starts. Okay, make sure you have your list ready, and then what you would do is you would put the course title in there fast as heck to in order to put the classes in there, and then choose the class, and then choose the time. Make sure beforehand, when you make this list, make sure like a week before that you already know the schedule of these classes, so none of the timing affects each other. So say this is from 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. and then this lab was Friday from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. Make sure that none of these things are conflicting, and if none of them are conflicting and stuff, then you're pretty much good. If a humanity that you wanted to take conflicted with the main course that you wanted to take, you gotta switch that humanity. And you feel me? So you got to make sure that you're prepared to make changes. Now, say if I didn't get into this class, say I didn't get to this humanity class, right? If I didn't get to that humanity class, then I'll look later on in my list for like another, like maybe like because remember I said we were required to take ethics and philosophy, or maybe another humanity that I was planning on take later on. I'll just drag that and then put it on here or whatever, and then take that instead, and then save the humanity that I wanted to do for another semester that I had humanity in, because there was more than one humanity that we had to take. I'm scrolling down, but y'all get the point though. So that's basically what you want to do. Now here's the thing, not everyone is lucky to have a good advisor. There's some bad advisors at these schools, and the thing is, it not only depends on what school you go to, it depends on your major, which is so fucked. I'm not gonna lie, I really feel like, screw, you know how people have rate my professor? Put rate my professor on the side. We need to have a rate my advisor. I feel like if somebody made a rate my advisor like website or something, first of all, they make loads of money. I've had this idea for years, bro. I'm definitely not gonna do it because I've made a website before. I don't really like making websites and shit. But I feel like if someone, maybe I might bring that idea to my brother. Who knows? But I feel like, bro, if someone made a rate my advisor app, bro, it would be so W's, man. Because the thing is, I'm gonna speak like what's it called? Like I said, from my experience, I had a very, very good advisor. My girlfriend, on the other hand, was not lucky enough to have a good advisor. She had a horrible advisor. Bro, my girlfriend had 3 advisors within her her entire college career. She had entire college undergrad career. She had 3 different advisors. They kept leaving, and she was screwed. There was a semester, there was like a portion of time where she didn't even have an advisor at all, and shit. So it was so hard for her to make sure that she got to courses that she needed to get to for the next semester, make sure that everything was planned well. Shit was not working out, and it was stressing her the fuck out. I'm telling y'all, bro, if y'all don't have a good advisor, it stresses you. It makes your college life so much. I'm telling you, bro. It makes your college life so stressful because I've seen firsthand from friends that don't have good advisors, and it makes their life so stressful. And it wasn't their fault because how the hell were they supposed to know? That's what I'm saying. This is stuff that people don't talk about at all. People don't talk about having a good advisor in college. They talk about all this other stuff. They talk about, oh yeah, how it is with roommates, how it is with what's it called, like classes, all that stuff like that. But they never talk about your advisors. And the thing is, you can't control what advisor you get because it depends on what school you go to and what's your major. There's so many variables that affect that you really won't know unless somehow you get in contact with someone that was at that school and has that same major and knows that advisor and you know, like an upper class person or whatever. But how the hell is that gonna happen? You're a freshman going into the school, you don't know nobody, so how the hell are you supposed to know? You feel me? Like that's what I'm saying. So like, y'all, bro, I'm telling y'all, bro, because you don't know what advisor you're gonna get, it really does, like, you're gonna have to do the heavy lifting. That's why I recommend, like, even though I had a good advisor, I still made this list. Remember, I'm telling y'all, even if you have a good advisor, still do this. Even if you have a good advisor, it does not matter. Do this. Make sure you see how from sophomore year I made sure I had all classes every semester, bro. There was some more stuff added on. This is not like all the classes or whatever. Some stuff was like taken off for some reason, but differential equations, elements of modern physics. This is not all the classes I took this semester. I know I took like 2 more. What's it call it? Look at all of these. Look at all these. Look. You see how every semester I got all of this stuff in here and shit. I have all of my classes in here up until senior year. Because the objective within when you go to college is to make sure by senior year you're chilling. Make sure by senior year in the spring, especially that you're not really taking too many courses. You're taking just enough courses to be considered a full-time student, but at the most part you chilling, and then you can work your job. Because I know a lot of people in college want to be able to work their jobs, and they want to be able to pick up more hours to pay for stuff in college. So the ideal, make sure you take those summer courses too. I know I'm getting like to different topics, but make sure if you could take like humanity in the summer or some easy class in the summer, do it, bro. Take the opportunity. Take that class in the summer to make sure that at least your last semester in senior year is kind of chilling. Now, my last semester, I only had to do 13 credits, thankfully, because I not only did I come into college with some credits, but I took some summer courses. But the semester was still annoying as hell because I had so much work, and I also had a senior project as well because I was, engineer. I had a capstone project. So it was still so busy. So I'm glad that 13 credits was all I had to take, because if I had more than 13 credits, bro, it would have been even more stressful because it was already hard as hell and shit like that because of the classes I was taking and shit. You feel me? So, but yeah, that I don't want this video to be too long, but I can't emphasize enough how important it is to make sure that y'all make that list for yourselves within the curriculum. Because like I said, you don't know what advisor you're gonna have at all. You genuinely do not know. I'm telling y'all, bro, some of y'all watching this video that are freshmen going to college, you're gonna get screwed over. I hate to say it, I'm sorry. Some of y'all are gonna get screwed over, genuinely, because you don't know what advisor you're gonna get. There's some terrible advisors. I told y'all, my girlfriend, she had 3 different advisors, bro. The first 2 quit. And bro, her shit, it was so stressful. It was so stressful having to deal with college, bro. So like genuinely some of the most stressful shit that she had to deal with. But she dealt with it and was able to graduate and shit like that. But dead ass, there's some people where they have a bad advisor, right? And then they don't even graduate on time because of it. Yes, it can affect you graduating on time. Because say you're a senior and you have to take a class that's spring only, and because of that advisor you didn't get into that spring only class, guess what? You have to take another year. You have to take a 5th year. You can't graduate with your friends. You got to take a 5th year. You're going to have to figure out whether or not you want to take some extra courses or whatever, stuff like that. To be able to be a full-time student. For some cases, maybe you might have to take an extra semester within the fall or whatever if it's not a spring only. Let's say in the case where it's not a spring only and you have to take some extra classes in the fall. Still, everyone watching wants to graduate on time regardless, right? Everyone wants to graduate on time. But if this happens to you, then you have to take an extra semester or extra year. You're not gonna graduate with your friends. You're gonna be spending more money on college, more money for classes, more money for room and board if you consider a full-time student as well. It just adds more stress and money to your life. So please, I cannot emphasize enough, bro. Yo, if someone, honestly, bro, someone watching this video, if you make websites, bro, make a rate my advisor, bro. Somebody make a rate my advisor. Maybe I might bring the ideas of my brother, but because he makes websites and shit like that, but somebody do it. You feel me? Somebody do it and shit. But yeah, that's pretty much it though. I really hope this helps y'all. The reason why I wanted to make this video is because I had this, bro. I've had multiple conversations with my nephew. My nephew, bro. My nephew and my 2 cousins are going to college and shit. And I haven't had this conversation with my other cousin, but I had my conversation with one of my cousins and my nephew and my other cousin last year. So I told them about the advisor shit and stuff like that. And in doing so, when I started this yapping series, I was like, you know what, I definitely have to make that a video because a lot of people don't know about this. This is things that, like, that number one thing people don't know. So I really hope that this helped y'all and shit. If y'all got any questions when it comes to this shit, please don't be afraid to comment below. Please don't be afraid to comment below and shit. Anyway, if you enjoyed, subscribe, man. You might as well, bro. We make some yapping content over here. This is a skit channel, but on the live stuff we do yapping shit. We just talk, you feel me? If you want to be able to check out the Twitch, oh, okay, hold on, my fault. If you want to be able to check out the Twitch is down below, AlphaT20. My Instagram is AlphaT20 as well. And we have a second channel as well with stream highlights, gaming, a bunch of other stuff, game shows, all that stuff and whatnot on AlphaT TV if you want to watch that. Anyway, I don't want to bore y'all with all that stuff and shit like that. That's pretty much it. Love y'all. Bless your minds, bless your body, bless your soul, and peace out. Yes sir, yes sir, yes sir.